fellow YouTubers. I just wanted to bring to you my idea of the Costco quilt. I think you'll like it. No sewing, about $10 extra for hardware, and 4 pennies. So check this out, see if it's something for you. A lot of YouTubers in our community have done a lot of great videos on this, but I'm not a sewer. I probably could, but I don't like to try. That's why hammock gear exists. But for summertime use, I think this is perfect right here. So what we've done here is we've taken a penny, and I'll show you that in more detail, but we've put that in there, put a little knot on the shock cord, ran the shock cord up, and you could do 4 to 5 inches of shock cord all the way around to a carabiner, and continued all the way back down to this end where we've also got a penny tied to it. And basically what we've done here is we've taken some rubber bands and tied that into a knot, let that flap down, and gives us great coverage. When that wind's blocking you, you can bring the flaps out a little bit when that wind's blocking you, and that keeps that from coming. That knot keeps it sealed. It also helps keep the wind out. And it's also adjustable in the sense that you can, in the field, if you need a little more coverage, you could take the penny out, because nothing's permanent on this, folks. And I'll show that to you in more detail. This is called the button method, and it's done all the way around. Gives great coverage, and I folded 2 squares down and just connected it at 2 corners. Same on this end. There's no different at all, and I think it's awesome, really awesome in the summertime. This is my top quilt, and I've just basically taken this top quilt, did the same little knot in the top quilt as I did at the end. I've taken a rubber band, wrapped it around, just folded it inside itself like this. Makes a good little foot box. I just tuck it around my legs, and I think it works great. Folks, there's 2 ways to do this. If you want extra coverage, you could just put some snaps on it, 3, maybe 2, just to keep your legs sealed around. I don't find it any trouble at all, because it just wraps around my legs. The snaps would be nice, but if you put a sit pad or something like that in there to hold it more in place, and I probably will eventually do that. A little trick I learned, folks, is when you get out the hammock, folks, just throw that over your ridge line, so when you get out, it's not falling all over the ground. When you get back in, it's there. Stick your feet in, pull it off the ridge line, throw it on you. So I've taken here the same thing at the corners of the top of the quilt. You tied a rubber band. I got these rubber band at Dollar Tree for $1. It come in a package of like 25 or something, multicolors, which is great because I've got silver and purple top quilts for the family and me. And this is just an awesome setup. And I basically show you how I do this, but I tuck my arms in it, and it wraps around me nice and tight. You can lay in it either way, gives you plenty of coverage. I'm typically a head right, feet left. I just got a new dream hammock. Definitely waiting for that. This is a Hansen. I've absolutely loved it. It's been a great one. My son's got a Hansen, but he's got the Scout. It's just a tad bit too heavy, so I'm going to retire this one over to him. It's a good bit lighter. It's the Backpacker, and I'm going with the dream hammock. Just ordered one for the wife too. She's really looking forward to it. So basically, it's real easy to get into this thing. You just take your foot box, which is again right here, just at the bottom. I just throw it over. This is hanging so nothing fell. I take this right here, I put my arms in it, I grab that knot that I put in it, I pull it down towards my mid waist, and it seals me right around my shoulders just perfectly, I think. Now, in addition to this, you know how you get in a hammock, you don't want to get out. If you need a little extra warmth on those cold nights, you take a little sit pad. This is a $1 Walmart windshield reflector, doubled as a sit pad if you need to. Just throw it in there, any hot spots. I've cut mine down, normally don't need nothing, no more from my shoulders to my knees there. So this works out perfect. So you get good coverage on your shoulders. Like I said, it is adjustable. You can go down one square or no squares, which would bring it up here, which would block wind off your face, which I think would be great. But I'm kind of used to the hammock gear and love how I got the view out. And maybe on those colder nights, you can flop this over you if need be, get a little bit of extra coverage. But I like the extra warmth on my shoulders with the double. It's basically a double Costco quilt on your shoulders and your feet. I'll show you inside the hammock. You get good coverage on your feet as well. Okay folks, I'm going to be in the hammock, give you a kind of inside view, let you see what it's like getting into this top quilt. Absolutely love the feature. Like I said, I definitely am going to put some buttons on it. You can get some diaper buttons at any fabric store, basically where people make homemade diapers or repair diapers that they buy online. And they have snap buttons, very lightweight. They got it in black and white, and I'm probably going to use the white. It's a lot easier to see. I know black is, most guys like black stuff or green stuff, but we're going to go with the white just so we can see it in the night if we do want to unsnap to vent a little bit, something like that. So let me show you getting into this top quilt from Costco. So like I said, basically I just hang this over, and that way when I get out, it is not going to go anywhere. And I absolutely love that feature that I came up with. I probably didn't come up with it, but I used to hate my top quilt falling out. So you got a foot box there. You just throw your feet in there. Okay folks, I hate my feet touching while I'm in the hammock. It gives you pressure points that I don't like. When you wake up in the morning, you feel that a lot of times. I had trouble going to sleep with it. I love this knot feature because I'm able to take my feet, wrap it around there, stick them in the corner here. So I reach up and grab, it just flops on you, you're in. You tuck this nice goodie down around your legs. It's just awesome. I can't wait to get a hammock gear burrow or enlighten. I'm still not sure, but folks, I've gotten this down to 36 degrees with an OD green SOL bivy sack. In combination with that, this, I've gotten down to 36 degrees. Typically with just this, no more than 40, as long as you've got a better underquilt, 20-degree underquilt or something like that. I wouldn't take this system with that underquilt no lower than 55, which is usually about what you run into in summer times, on those cool summers, beginning of the summer and end of the summer. Okay folks, you take this right here, you throw your arms in there. It's going to be a little hard to show you, but it just seals up around your arms and shoulders. Perfect, unbelievable. It's just a simple knot, and you just pull it right down around you. You could throw it over your head like an enlighten if you inclined to. You could definitely do that. I just prefer to throw my arms in it and pull that knot down. It seals wonderful, and it's just easier to get out. Don't you just hate that? why I love throwing it on the ridge line. So we take this knot, like I said, we throw our arms directly in this hole, get our feet in there, and we take this knot and we pull it down as we tuck our shoulders in, and it seals it right up against you. I'm asleep. I sleep like a mommy. Sometimes I sleep with my arms on my chest, and not once have this ever come off of my shoulders. I don't toss and turn a lot though, so that may have a little bit of difference in it, but yeah, it's a perfect design. And like I said, you can definitely do like the enlightened equipment, throw it over your head, and it's definitely going to come around your shoulders in. I found though that I have to still pull it down my backside, the knot, to get it to really seal tight on those chilly nights or cold nights. It blocks the wind out basically. Alright, so getting out of this thing, just throw that over the ridge line, bring your feet out. No constraint at all with it being around your feet. They just pop right out. So, you know, I want to try the button deal, but at this moment, it's been working for me, and it's cheap. $20 for the top quilt, $20 for the bottom quilt, $10 for the shot cord. Well, really $3. I just bought a whole length of it because I've got 4 hammock systems that I'm doing this way for the family. Okay folks, I'm going to just show you a little bit about my setup. I'm out in my backyard right now, enjoying the evening on a Saturday. And I wanted to show you a little bit about my hammock setup and what I do for my suspension. I've tried everything, just about cinch buckles, whoopee slings. I still have the whoopee slings on my hammock in conjunction with continuous loops, but most of the time I just use continuous loops and a Becket hitch. Okay folks, what I normally do is just, I've taken a strap that I've gotten from Dutch Wear. I've also bought one from Home Depot. It's not quite the weight limit. I'm only 172 most of the time, and it works out perfect for me. But Dutch sells these, and you can get them lighter weight from Dutch too in Kevlar. But I just take a knot, tie a knot, run it through, and I do the Becket hitch method. And check out AntiGravityGear and Derek Hansen's websites. They show you basically how to do this knot. It's real simple, lightweight, very, very adjustable. I have all of the systems out there are adjustable that Dutch has, Arrowhead equipment, but to me this is the lightest weight and the simplest way to adjust. Very easy. Okay folks, what I have here is basically a Grandtrunk with some continuous loops that I've put on that I got from Dutch Wear. There's your penny hookup right there, continues on up basically to a carabiner. And what I've done with this carabiner is I've just basically made an adjustment point. That is a quick release knot. You pull it, it comes straight out, so you can put it anywhere down the line that you want to get it tighter if need be. And this works on just about any hammock. It's a perfect system, and it worked on the Grandtrunk. And this is 1 layer down versus 2 squares that are pulled down. And what I mean by taking these squares and I folded it 1 time down and then put the penny on the inside. That also is a quick release knot. You pull it, it comes right out. Nothing's permanent on this system, so if you needed an extra top quilt, it's there, and you got another underquilt. It's really a simple system. Like I said, I did mine 2 squares, basically folded over 2 squares, and you could do it no squares, and it gives you this much coverage. With this system, we're just using some mule tape with a continuous loop. This is 1,800 pounds, folks. You run it up to another webbing strap, A 1-inch webbing strap to help protect the trees, and it works out great. Lightweight, just like the other system, but with mill tape, even lighter. Okay folks, I know what you're thinking. This is not a Costco quilt. You're exactly right. So this right here is additional added warmth to any underquilt that you get. This happens to be a Hammock gear 20 degree, and this happens to be 55 degree. So in combination, if I knew I was going to get a little below 25, 20, I would definitely bring this along with me. And another thing I forgot to add, I always bring a sit pad. This is $1 from eBay. It takes a little long to get here. Definitely check out Dutch Wear. He's got some awesome sit pads from what I'm being told that you can get fairly quick, and you're supporting a company made in USA. But I like to take this. I don't usually need a pillow, but if I'm a little chilly, I got a hat on and a buff that I wear. But sometimes I'll take and I'll fold that underneath my neck, and I'll put it just under my head. It gives me great neck support, head support. And if my feet are a little cold, I wear down booties, and in conjunction, I'll stick my sit pad in there. Anywhere you get the cold spots. I know earlier in the video I said hot spots. We all know what we're talking about, cold spots. That's the problem with hammocks. You get wonderful sleep, get that taken care of. Hope the Costco quilt helps you out. Sure helped me out in summer times. Until next time, enjoy the woods.